Hi darlings, this is Christina, and today I'm going to be creating a whole Dior holiday look with you. So if you're interested, just keep watching and let's get into it. Alright darlings, so I know I already did a previous Dior holiday look, and surprisingly that video did better than I ever expected, quite frankly. I only purchased 2 of the liquid sequin lipsticks, and that's the best video I've ever made. For whatever reason, don't know why the algorithm decided to push that one out, but it did. And when I showed my husband, he was like, oh my goodness, babe, you should get more Dior products to review. When your husband's telling you to spend more money on makeup, you know, it's like, well, how can I pass that up, right? I was like debating a few things, and I took a little while to actually purchase them because I was like, yeah, babe, I hear you, but I got lots of other things to film. I got other content I want to do. That's cool. It went viral, but like for my channel anyway. But I don't really want to like just buy it to like get more views necessarily. I always want to really enjoy my products. But I had been stalking Erin Nicole's video here. I probably watched about 5 or 6 times. It was just so pretty, the look she created, and I thought, oh my gosh, these are kind of speaking my language. I didn't think I was gonna like them as much as I did until she showed them in her video. And so Macys ended up having a 15% off sale on Dior Holiday, and I was like, yes, I've already got the approval from the husband. I've been stocking these products. This is the time. So I thought I would share with you guys that as we create a whole Dior look. I only have a few items that aren't Dior, okay, but like for the most part, this is a Dior holiday look. Okay, darling, so I haven't used this product in quite a while. This is the Dior Velvet Veil. I actually really used to love this product, and I don't know what happened. I, for some reason, just stopped using it, but I used to love it. Anyways, I'm going to use it again today because what's funny is that all of a sudden, I'm so interested in having more of a velvet look, a velvet finish. And the reason why is because I don't want to powder throughout the day. And I'm finding myself, surprisingly during this winter time, or fall season, that I'm having to powder a lot more frequently than I ever have before. Now my skin is probably changing, and it could be the skincare I'm using, you know, it's making my skin a little more hydrated, which is great. But at the same time, yeah, I don't want to powder all the time. And so I've been finding myself trying out a few new primers to try and eliminate that. And I remember really loving this one. I like this one a lot more than the other primer that they had, which was the Glow. It's in like the white milky color. So we started with that. Now I have already put my skincare, including my SPF. So that is that there. So it looks really good, right? Then we're going to use, of course, the fantastic new Dior Skin Perfect Stick Foundation. And I have to say it is a fantastic foundation. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand to blend that first. Just gives it a more, not airbrush, but like not as heavy of a look. If you want a little more coverage, you can always place the stick directly in the places you want it. So I'm going to put in the places where I have a little discoloration, some scarring. And then just use the existing foundation on here. This has to be one of the easiest, most beautiful skin-like foundations I've tried this year. It is so pretty. It's so long-wearing, luminous looking, but not oily looking foundation. Look, it just looks so beautiful. It's just like your skin, but just a little more luminous. And because I am going to create a luminous look, but right now I'm not going to add that beautiful Dior Glow today. What I am going to do now is show you the gorgeous palette I purchased. This is not a first impression because I have been using it since I purchased it probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. This is the Dior Holiday palette, and this is in 648 Golden Masquerade, and it looks kind of boring, right? It's like pinks and cherry reds, burgundies, but let me tell you, I have been reaching for this quite a bit since I purchased it. If you can see, like, a lot of the details are gone because I've been using it so much. I'm going to give you a swatch of it. So these are the colors. And I was surprised. I was actually initially drawn to this beautiful, like, pinkish, peachy color right here. But the surprising favorite of this one is actually this deep cherry burgundy color. This cherry burgundy is the color of 2024 fall. If you try to find anything in this color tone in like clothing, it's sold out. Shoes sold out. So this is definitely the color of the season, and I was like, perfect, because I absolutely have a lot of things already, because this is a very flattering tone for me. This color red always has been, because it's a little deeper. It's got a little brown in there, and I just think it's so complimentary. So I was really excited for this color. I was like, you know what? It's Dior, so it's not going to be too heavy of a eye look. It's going to be just enough color, just enough pigmentation to give your eyes this beautiful enhancement, and I was correct. It just is so stunning on the eyes. So I will waste no more time. Let me zoom you guys in, and we're going to do a eye look with this palette. Okay, so the first color I'll go into is this beautiful peachy color. So peachy pink. And these are all like shimmery, with the exception of that deeper red. I don't know what to call that color. I would say probably burgundy. Burgundy is probably the closest. And at my job, we like color code ourselves for days of the week just to like have fun. And it used to be on Wednesdays we wear pink.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Recently we have adapted the Merlot or Wine Wednesdays. So I've been using this especially on Wednesdays when I wear my Merlot clothing. It's just something fun to do. You know, we're at our jobs so much that you have to have fun. You know, I find ways to make my job the most fun I can, and the patients really pick up on that, and they love our clinic for the most part. Okay, so that is that pinkish color, okay? And then I'm gonna go into that light pink color, and I'm just gonna go over top. And I have wet some of these because I find that they're really pretty wet as well. So this just kind of like makes this part a little lighter. Now it's not gonna give you tons of pigmentation, but they are pretty color story. Now, why I think this is a good value is because I do have the Dior single eyeshadows, quite a few of them, which I've done a review on, many of them, but those shadows are about $30, $40 each, or this palette when it's on sale, which by the way, sometimes these Dior holiday palettes come back in stock at other retailers and they're there for a couple months, like even after the holidays. Maybe you get a holiday gift card to Macys or Nordstrom's and it may still be there, or Bloomingdales or any of those retailers. So pretty. So those are just the two colors I have, and what I'll do now, I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend this out. And then I'm going to take the other side of that Chanel brush, double-ended Couture 201 brush, and I'm going to take that burgundy color on in the outer lid. Do you see how pretty that color is? And it blends so nicely. It's just so smooth, and I'll go under the eye. And this color doesn't make your eyes look tired. Like my eyes don't look red. And my allergies have just been on another level recently, so it should. Okay, I'm gonna take another little bit fluffier brush and just kind of buff that into the other color. Just like so. Look at that. Look how pretty this color is. These colors. So if you're like my skin tone or lighter, even deeper, I feel like this is a very wearable eyeshadow palette, especially because of this burgundy color. And I love it because it's soft. It's not too much, you know, pigmentation. So this is very beginner friendly, because unlike like Natasha Denona, which I don't actually review Natasha Denona because me and her eyeshadows don't get along. I've said this in a previous video, so that's why I don't review it. I've tried several times and they irritate me, so I just refuse to put myself through that kind of pain and review something that I would never wear. How am I going to recommend something to you that doesn't work for me? You know what I mean? That's disingenuous to me. So unlike that, or Pat McGrath, or you know, any of those beauty brands, this is going to be a very light pigmentation. And this is why Dior is so well loved, because it typically is very beginner friendly in makeup because it's just so soft. And the problem with the existing Dior regular eyeshadows is that they're really dry. These are so beautiful. The limited edition Dior things are not always, okay, they're hit or miss, but the last few launches have been fantastic. So kind of like the Chanel blushes, like their regular line's not great of blushes, but their special limited editions are gorgeous and beautiful and some of my favorites. It's the same with Dior eyeshadows. So yeah, I am now going to go into this here color, this gold color. I'm just gonna actually use my finger to put on the lid. I'm gonna show you all the colors, guys, because it's a very pretty eyeshadow palette. Now, do I always use all the eyeshadows with a look? Absolutely not. And you don't have to do that. There's a lot of pretty like one and done shadows, or you can mix it with other palettes. So I'm just going to use my favorite Lisa Eldridge spray, and I'm going to put it in that gold. Use that gold color again. And just put it on the inner eye, so you can see how it kind of brings everything together. What's funny is that pink color that I just showed you is very reminiscent of a lot of the new pinks that have been coming out from Chanel. I don't think Dior has one yet, but the Chanel Diamond Glow highlighter is very similar. So I'm going to just wet my finger and show you this, and I'm going to place it here. So it's very similar to that pinky, iridescent, almost kind of, I don't want to say purple shift, but it's got this iridescent shift and it's pink. And that seems to be a big theme right now, like with the Chanel Diamond Dust. Even their single eyeshadows, they had one that was very popular, sold out pretty quickly, but it's a permanent collection, so I'll write the name of that here, but very similar to that. So it just seems to be a theme right now. But I would say this one here, it has a little more peach in it, I would say. So I'm going to put that over top of the gold. So far is where we're at, and I think I'm going to kind of leave it like this because I kind of love it. Okay, so that's that for now. Now we're going to bring something out I haven't used in quite a long time, and this is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze Glow. Now, I did not rate this as one of my favorite bronzers of the year, but I got to tell you, like an eyeshadow, so pretty. I've been using these a lot as my single eyeshadows, actually the lighter color that I have, but with this look I want to kind of deepen it a little, so I still like them as the bronzers. They're just like not my favorite of the bronzers. So we're just going to place this just here, but they're still really pretty bronzers. But like I said, against all the bronzers I have, it just didn't rank as high. Yeah, one of the reasons is because it has this like blush situation in there. We're doing our Dior Holiday Glam Look, and I thought this would be absolutely fantastic to pull back out, you know. I've actually found some new loves for some old products that either I didn't like or that are just working for me now where they weren't before. So sometimes, guys, you gotta play with your old stuff, you know? Me as a makeup reviewer, I'm always, you know, trying things, and I forget how pretty some of the products I have are. Okay, so see how pretty that all is? Very nice. So this is all gonna come together. And if you wanna marry everything together, a lot of times I'll take this, just go over just the top part. I don't want to get too crazy with this, but it kind of brings everything together when you just add a little bit of like your bronzer or blush to your eyeshadow. Just deepen it up just a little down there. I love how this is looking. Do you guys love? And now I'm gonna pull out an old, not an old, it was last year's holiday release. It's always the holiday releases that get me. And this is Chanel Holiday Collection in 468. And one of the reasons I didn't like this one is because I felt like it was too light on me. So I tried it recently and I was like, oh, it's actually not too bad on me actually. So we're gonna take a brush and we're just going to add this to the cheeks. And it has a little bit of a shimmer and a sheen. But I thought with this look, it's perfect because it's not too much. It's just a nice color. So if you guys purchased this last year, I'm telling you, this will be a great time to pull this back out, because if you're purchasing any of the Dior holiday collections or any of these tones that you already have in your collection, this is a beautiful blush to add to it. It was between this and the Rosy Glow Drops, but that is very pigmented. And I thought since our eyes are already very pigmented, that would be a little too much. So I thought this was really nice. Perfect. And what I'm gonna do now is just Lisa Eldridge spray. It just helps blend everything together since we have a lot of powders on our face. The other new product I purchased was the Dior Forever Luminizer in Corail Lumière. Okay. Once again, not a first impression. Have been using this a lot. As you can see, the beautiful embossment is gone. Now, some of you already asked me when I did the Hermes highlighter review if this was similar, and I was like, well, I didn't purchase it at the time. No, I couldn't tell you that, but since I do have it, I will give you a comparison of that as well as other luminizers I have from Dior, because of the Dior powder things, I've always loved the luminizers. I think they're gorgeous. I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss brush and I'm gonna go just over this area here, and I was stunned by this luminizer, and I don't know why, because I love Dior's luminizers, but I was like, oh my gosh, why did I sleep on this? These are beautiful. I like to go over highlighters now with the blush. For some reason, it just makes everything look so much more seamless to me. So that's what I've been doing in my everyday real life, and I've been really loving that look. Okay, darling, so this is where we're at with the look. So now what I'm gonna do is put everything else on, not everything else, but like I'm gonna do my concealer, I will do my lashes, my liner. Okay, darling, so I finished everything. This is the final look. I realized that my eyes weren't even, like the burgundy color was on one side more than the other. So sometimes I can't see myself as well as I'd like to, like in the smaller mirrors. So it's nice to be able to look in detail and see what I'm missing. So I put all the other things on. I'll link everything down below. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the liquid lips. This here is the newest color that I purchased in 333. I already purchased two others, Divine and Liaison. Liaison I had no issues with. Divine was a little problematic here, so it's a very deep, rich color, which is very pretty, but for me, I felt like it was a little dark. Now, I did previously just film this, and for whatever reason, the information was corrupted. So I'm gonna redo this lip look, but first I'm gonna use my Prada Beauty Balm. I find this to be so fantastic. I forgot to add this to my Sephora recommendations, but quite honestly, it's definitely one of the best balms that I have when I want to do makeup, because it's like a matted version and it helps with these very drying formulas, which this is. I'm going to add on first this light color so you can see it. All right, so this is what that one looks like, and I'll write the name down below, and then Divine on the top. And I did purchase this one, the 333, with the hope that this would counteract that color. Not counteract, but kind of add a little lightness. And I thought that would be perfect. So I know you're supposed to wait 5 minutes, and I appreciate everyone telling me I needed to wait the 5 minutes to, like, you know, bring it all together and make the shimmers really shine. And I did that later on in my real life, and it was a little much. So if you want a lot of glitter, a lot of shine, you wait 5 minutes. I don't like to wait that long, so I'm not gonna wait that long. I'll leave it for a minute, bring it all together, because I also need to mix these colors. So I'm gonna start now. So you can see, really nice. So it kind of lightens everything. I'm gonna bring a little more of the 333 in. So that is the mixture of those two colors, and so you're not going to get a lot of shimmer. You barely see any right now. I am going to deepen this just a touch, but you can see how dark this eye look is. I don't want to really deepen this, but I'll put a little more here. I wanted to show you the highlighters. I've already filmed this and I don't know what's happening right now, but I can't get my camera to charge. So I apologize, but I can't do this too much longer. I can't keep re-recording these things. So I already filmed. This is the Hermes or Rose highlighter above here, okay? So that is the color. This below color, Dior Luminizer, okay, in Corail Lumière. Gorgeous. But people ask me about these two colors, right? And I wanted to show you how different they really are. This is definitely more of a rose gold, cooler in tone, warmer in tone for the Dior Luminizer, more of a peachy pink color. Below is the Dior Luminizer in Coral Glow, which used to be my favorite, Coral Glow, right there. And below is Golden Cruise from a previous collection, okay? So different in tone. Coral Cruise is probably the closest, but it's definitely lighter than Golden Lumière. But darlings, this is the final look. It is a lot going on, right, with the eyes and the lips, and typically I wouldn't probably pair this all together because it's a lot going on, but I wanted to show you how these paired together. Very pretty. Very pretty. Now I'll show you how I do it in real life. Now this is the Dior 314, I think it's Ball, Grand Ball, okay? And this is how I typically use these in everyday life. So I'll put my lipstick first, and these are really nice creamy mattes. One of the best mattes that you can get on the market, the luxury matte. Then I'm going to take Divine and add that there. This is the final look, darlings. Tell me what you think of this Dior Holiday Look. So this is the Dior Holiday Look I created. I have to tell you, if you're able to purchase these, the Dior Luminizer, first of all, this packaging is so stunning. One of the prettiest packages for holiday, as well as the Dior eyeshadow in Golden Masquerade with the gold packaging. They're stunning. and the products are stunning as well. And I have to say, I am loving. I use this quite a bit, especially like if I want to do a quick, easy one and done eyeshadow. I'll use the Dior bronzer with this on the lid, put some mascara and a pretty liner on, and be on my way. I also feel like these are beautiful colors. I feel like for all the shades that come in there versus like their single eyeshadows, you get a lot more value for your money, so you can actually use up the quint. And I do like this one. Of course, I have to mix it. It's very bright, as you saw, but I typically, like I stated, will do what I did here and pair it with a lipstick of any kind that will kind of bring those two pretty colors together. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this look. Darlings, I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.